Hello, everyone. It is September 6th, 2025, and I have not made a severe weather video in a very, 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 very long time. We obviously did hurricane videos and hurricane shit like that, excuse my language, but we have not done a video in a very long time. We're back though. Yeah, we're back, and unfortunately, we're back because of my area. We have not really exactly my specific area, but places near me in the New England area do have a 5% tornado risk today. Obviously, I'm gonna get over all of this real quick. Scattered severe thunderstorms are possible from eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey into New England this afternoon. The primary hazards would be for strong to severe wind gusts capable of wind damage and a tornado or two. Just wanna put my AirPods in real quick so I can listen to music as I do this. I hope everyone's having a good day. It's a bit early today, obviously, but hey, it is what it is, right? All right, so we're gonna get into different models today and all that. I just wanted to obviously get this. Here's the breakdown. This is focused on the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, so that's Southeast United States. Northeast, this is southern New England into southern Maine. A potent mid-level short-wave trout is crossing lower Michigan this morning, embedded in a larger scale cyclonic flow. By evening, this disturbance will reach southeast Quebec. At the surface, a weak frontal wave forms near the New York, sorry, Massachusetts, Vermont border as a cold front sharpens and pushes towards the Atlantic coast. Moisture dew points low 70s along the southern New England coast, upper mid 60s farther inland. Afternoon evening evolution. Despite morning low clouds, enough heating will equate to moderate destabilization by early afternoon. Convection focus along the wind shift / cold front. Hazards of supercells with 35 to 40 knot southwest flow at 700 millibars in the large hydrographs. Tornado threat is 5% area added, with the potential for a tornado to mainly where low-level mesocyclones form near the weak surface low. Damaging wind risk from both discrete storms and organized line segments. The risk diminishes by early evening as shortwave lifts out and heating is lost. This is the Mid-Atlantic, the Carolinas into Atlantic into Carolina / Georgia. Southern extension of a stronger flow gradually decreases with latitude. Seasonably moist environment in place. Sufficient heating into scattered numerous storms. Primary risk: strong to locally severe wind gusts producing isolated wind damage. Organization may occur in short bands / clusters. Risk fade in the early evening. So the Northeast, this is the New England and the South Maine. Timing is PM into early evening. Tornadoes, isolated and damaging winds. The 5% tornado probs introduced. In the Mid-Atlantic and the Carolinas / Georgia, this is from PM to early evening. Damaging winds localized and organized clusters / bands are possible. This outlook highlights the Northeast as more concerning area today with supercell potential and a lower end tornado risk, where the Mid-Atlantic and South mainly face scattered damaging wind risk. Obviously, looking at the wind risk here, that's the wind risk. I recommend actually watching this video, obviously, because I can't point everything out. Hail risk, again, not the main concern here. Looking at Philadelphia, because again, this is the stupid ass hurricane, which I'm not worried about because that's weakening. But Mount Holly is concerned. A warm, humid day is on tap today. High temps will be in the 80s, may even take around at 90s. Dew points will be in the 60s, and this is set the stage for thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Strong to severe thunderstorms are possible starting this afternoon and will be capable of damaging wind gusts. While the whole area has potential for severe thunderstorms, the focus will be on southeast PA, North New Jersey along the I-95 corridor. In addition, heavy rain may result in localized flash flooding, and this threat could linger through the night. As always, have waited to receive any warnings that may be issued and be ready to rapidly changing conditions. Remember, just because a storm may not be severe doesn't mean it's not dangerous. Seek a shelter for any thunderstorms that may be nearby. Obviously, this is not the main risk area. Up here is the main risk area, and their weather story is primary damaging winds, ice, large hail, tornado, lightning, heavy rainfall. Timing is this afternoon to early evening. Monitor the latest forecast. Be sure to have multiple ways to receive warnings. Models. So as we can see here, storms will start to form up here. I'm going to take a line, while other storms can form south, and they're obviously clustered. We're going to look at radar mega quick too, because that's a bit better when it comes to looking at specific areas. Again, lapse rates. Excuse me, sorry about that. Lapse rates would be really high. Specifically, looking at the highest lapse rates in the Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia area, really in the Mid Atlantic, the Southeast, is where we're really seeing the highest lapse rates. Places can go up to 9.2 maybe. Uh, Looking at the surface-based cape, I know we should be looking at other capes. We'll look at ML in a second. Cape would be the highest, mainly up in the Massachusetts region. Maybe it's could again some places in the New Jersey area could peak somewhere pretty high. But we're looking at maybe North Jersey, that New York area also could peak pretty high. But yeah, the excuse me, sorry about that. Sin right now is obviously very high across all these areas, but it will very quickly erode, very quickly. And obviously, when storms come through, Sin's gonna rise because yeah. LCLs is huge for the tornado risk. This morning, LCLs are very low, and that's obviously the Storm Center said, low clouding. As the day progresses, the LCLs will go up, and places in the mid-Jersey area should not experience tornadoes because of this. You're near 2,000 meters. You're not going to see tornadoes. While we're looking up here, some areas in Massachusetts could see near 1,000. And by 23Z, which is when the storm's getting out of here, the LCLs will lower. So that's good. We don't want tornadoes. Lifted index. The highest lifted index we're seeing appears to be in the Maryland area, maybe the Massachusetts area. Some parts of Maine too could see really high of this, and that's just a good determiner of how fast these storms are going to go up. Bulk shear at 0 to, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to do 0 to 1 kilometers. This is huge to see if the storms can actually stay together, and it appears so that at the lowest level here we can see storms definitely staying together. When it comes to 0.6, on the other hand, this is also pretty big. Storms can definitely stay together. Storm relative velocity. We can see the highest storm relative velocity is clearly in that Connecticut, Massachusetts area, and maybe even up into Maine, which is again obviously what we're most concerned about. And that's just 0 to 3. Zero three obviously paints a really worse a picture, and that's normally common. The highest we're looking at over here is in that New York, Pennsylvania area here. And as the storms progress, that will change over to a main in the New England issue. Energy Velocity Index. I know I'm pronouncing velocity so wrong, and I do apologize for that. But the EHI from 0 to 1, this is huge. But places in the Jersey area, South Jersey, could go up pretty high. But we're most concerned about the Connecticut area, New England area, does kind of get up pretty high. We can see going up to as high as near 3. That's not good. Well, 0 to 3 obviously suggests places in North Jersey could go up to about 2, while it only gets worse up there. They go up to about 4 in some regions in Maine, so that's not good. Supercell composite, this is huge. Without a supercell, you're not really gonna get severe storms. And clearly, places will get supercells. Places over here, we're gonna have the 13 region. That's very high. Now the STP, significant tornado parameter, very good indication of could we see tornadoes today. Places in southern Jersey don't really go up there. Maybe, that's a big maybe, right? But we're mainly looking at the Massachusetts region, which goes up to 1, which is a good signature that we could see a few tornadoes today. And I do not anticipate them to increase the tornado risk, as the STP is too low for that. I'm sure you guys probably want to see the reflectivity with these updrafts. These are a very good thing to look at here. And again, we could obviously see a few updrafts maybe in the Maine region, and even a few in the southern Jersey, that area in Jersey. We could see some going on there, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Updraft velocity. This is just a great way to look at some of the updrafts that we could be expecting. And a lot of updrafts up there. We could also see a few updrafts. This is only 0 to 3, so we're going 2 to 5. It's going to paint a different image. And we could see a few updrafts are going to go along, and we're going to keep an eye on that. You know, sorry about that, guys. Looking at NAM 3 kilometers. I don't want to go through every single thing. I'm just going to look at a few of the models, specifically the STP and reflectivity with the updrafts. The NAM does suggest a large-scale outbreak, a possible large-scale outbreak in New York, in that getting into the New England area. And as the day progresses, places in South Jersey could experience. The STP does go up to about 1, which again is that region where we start to get concerned of tornadoes, while places in the New England area up to 3, which is when we get really concerned of a large-scale tornado outbreak. So violent tornado outbreak, if you will. As it pushes out the night, though, this risk will diminish. So we're gonna keep. And excuse me, guys, this is a bit. I'm in this area, and I see the stuff, and it's not good. And this is a cam, and this is very important that we keep an eye on this. You can see they're not really looking at too many updrafts until later, and those updrafts are going to be localized up in Maine, while the Jersey area could experience a few updrafts. Looking at the 0 to 3 kilometer, I'm not going to look at 2 to 5. I just want to look at the updrafts and just in general. Many updrafts could go through the Pennsylvania into New York area. A lot of stronger updrafts that will be in the Maine region, while we could see a few strong updrafts that push through very southern Jersey and Delaware and Maryland type region. So again, yes, we're going to keep an eye on this. Looking at the HRW, this is for the Oklahoma region, so fuck that. I believe that's only for the Oklahoma region too, which is a bit annoying. It's obvious I know nothing I'm doing. Nah. Oh, I can adjust. This is new. Wait. Wait. Oh! Holy crap. Sorry, guys. I don't know I could do this. I can okay, so this is great now. I can specifically look at each different region and get a specific lock on these regions. This is awesome. So looking back at the HRRR model here, we can clearly see that this is it's a long time ago. I was so confused, like what's going on. As we can see, this is as of 16Z. I don't worry, guys. I totally know. I don't honestly know. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm finding out real quick, guys. I'm sorry. I don't honestly remember all of this. So this is a 4 p.m. here. Sorry, I'm so sorry. We can see it goes up to about 1.1, 1.2 in the Connecticut region. This is as of 5 p.m. It goes up to 1.5. That's getting into the Massachusetts region. But by 6 p.m. it's going to start picking up in the Maine region, and we can see things go up to 2 again. So that's not good. Hold on. I want to have an exact definition for you guys on the STP thing, and what that means. Obviously, looking at reflectivity now real quick, because we can actually adjust the specific updrafts and where we could start to see a few of them occur. Then we have an updraft going right here. This is in the Vermont to New Hampshire, or vice versa. I honestly don't know the states. As we can see here, no risk of anything happening right now. You guys are fine here. Obviously, that's not true, but updraft. There's another updraft producing something in. I actually don't know my states at all. I do apologize in advance. Okay, so this is the New Hampshire into Maine region. That new updrafts are forming in the Maine region too, while we are starting to see more updrafts in the New Hampshire region. Updrafts are now starting to decrease. This is as of 22Z, which is as of 6 p.m. Something like that. And you can see if maybe a few updrafts could get going in southern Jersey as the storms progress, but shouldn't. Looking at the updraft velocity here, this is what we're expecting to see by the end of all of this. Very strong updrafts in the Maine region, New Hampshire region, few going in Vermont and southern New Hampshire, and a few going in Pennsylvania. Switching over to the NAM 3 kilometer. Looking at the storm at the STPs again, real quick, everyone. A value of 3 on the STP is very significant, and it typically indicates a strong potential for tornadic supercells, including the strong EF2 or higher tornadoes. It takes an ML Cape, 0 to 1 kilometer storm rate of velocity, 0 to 6 km bulk shear, LCL height, and ML SIN. Anything 0.5 or lower is minimal or no tornado risk. Anything 0.5 to 1 is a marginal tornado potential. Anything 1 to 2 is a moderate tornadic potential. Conditions coming together. Anything 2 to 3 is elevated tornado potential, possibly strong tornadoes. Anything 3 or higher is a high risk of significant tornadoes. Ingredients strongly in place. Obviously, yes, I got that off of AI. I'm not gonna like lie about that. We can see here that the STP risk, this is as of NAM 3 km, is relatively low in the southern Jersey region. It is kind of high in some places in Virginia, or high enough where we start to concern ourselves of the tornado risk, but it's over 2 in, this is Massachusetts. It gets even higher. We get to 3 in Massachusetts. It's going to keep progressing at the 3.1. Places are peaking near 4 now in New Hampshire. And again, just 4 is huge. I can tell you that right now. It's only seen on major outbreak days, mind you. And this is obviously a cam, so this tells me a lot. High likelihood of strong violent tornadoes. The atmosphere is very volatile with near ideal conditions for tornadic supercells. This level of the STP is often found in moderate to high risk, as seen by the Storm Prediction Center. And that this is just one model, and the HRRR, which is the most accurate cam, does not suggest that. It is something to keep an eye out on. This is obviously suggesting way more updrafts, and they start in like Pennsylvania region, New York, and they push their way into North Jersey. You know what? I'm gonna go back now, cause dude, I'm a mess today. I apologize. Now, as you can see here, same thing, basically the same thing. Reflectivity with the updrafts. They are suggesting very minimal updrafts. Maybe a few push into the South Jersey area and a lot in Maine, but looking at updraft velocity here, there we go. That's what we're looking at here. Strongest updrafts we're looking at would be in Maine, some in Vermont, some in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, and Delaware and Maryland. Looking at the HRW, WRF, ARW. Again, this is a cam, so it's a very accurate one. This suggests a non-tornado risk until very later. Obviously, this is not really very later. This is just really out. This is out back a little bit. So can I get somewhere? No, that's fine. But it does not suggest as high of a tornado risk as the NAM did. That's up to 2. That is up to not high enough, and that's really on the Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts area. Interesting. Obviously, looking at the max the updraft velocity here, we're not looking at any updrafts really so far, and that's something to look at. Updraft velocity 0 to 3. Uh, Strongest updrafts would be in about Maine, New Hampshire, New York region. I don't want to look at every single model. That's just gonna waste too much time. So we'll keep it contained to the RRRFSA, and I'm probably gonna end it there. Or yeah, looking at the significant tornado parameter from the RRRFSA, they really paint a really interesting picture. The highest risk wouldn't be really anywhere too crazy, so that's interesting. If you guys, real quick, I'll look at some of the already pushing out 13Z. Yeah, like right over here. This is obviously a tornado risk here. Looking at some of these numbers, this is very interesting. Does not the dew points and temperatures do not align, but it's just something to keep an eye on. Supercell parameters up to 12.9. That's really high and really concerning. STP with the sin is at 2.8. That's very high and very concerning. STP fixed at the 3.2. Very high and very concerning. The ship is up to 1.1, which means there's a hail risk. Cape is up to 2,000. I mean, no, 3,000. Sin is very low. The LCL is also very low. And this is surface based. PWAT's up to 1.66. Uh, D Cape is up to 638, which is good enough for a damage wind gust, but this has got more of a tornado risk. Lapse rate's up to 8, while 700 to 500 is up to 5.2, which is relatively low. Looking at surface-based EHI, the 0 to 1 kilometer, we're looking at 3.4, which is very high, but the shear is also very high for that. Looking at 0 to 3 is 4.4 and 39, which is high enough to support tornadoes. So maybe this is a huge maybe, but the STP being near 3, I think we might be seeing more of a if more models do suggest this, I think I hate to say it, I really do. They might have to increase the tornado risk, and that's a huge might. So looking at the actually no, we don't have to do that. We can just look at pivotal. Yeah. Again, guys, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This is affecting me personally, so yeah, I do extremely apologize. I did not mean to pull up that. So, uh, when could we expect a live stream today? Well, storm development will begin at about 16Z, which, as I said, was 4 p.m. Right? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 12 p.m. Okay. So yeah, 16Z is 12 p.m. So we could actually start to see a live stream any minute now, really, because might just go live immediately after this. So anywhere that's in any sort of tornado list today, if you're near any sort of tornado list, yeah, and this is the map. If you're near this, any of this, you want to take this seriously. Some of these numbers are really high and they're really concerning. And I do strongly believe there'll be some sort of live stream today. So yeah, we'll go from there. That's my video mega shows. Yeah, and also, real quick, I want to adjust this. I won't be doing videos anymore. Um, it's gonna be turning from videos to just live streams. So I'm back in school now, right? And with me being back in school, I can't do videos because my videos normally happen at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. And when it's 9 or 10 a.m., I'm in the middle of school. So I won't be able to do videos anymore. I won't be able to do forecast videos. I will only be able to do live streams. So you'll still be getting coverage from Weatherman T. You'll just be getting it in the form of a video. I mean, in a live stream. And I do apologize for that. There's not much I can do. Education always comes first. So yeah, I'll see you guys probably around 12 p.m. Sometime around there. Stay weather aware, and be prepared in case your area goes under some sort of alerts. And be ready for the Weatherman T stream. I will see you guys very soon.